Hello viewers, welcome. Today let us see the execution of PT post tensioning work on any elements like slab, mostly on the slab. So I will show you as per whatever country you are or whatever city you are, as per their local regulations, guidelines. First of all, we should make the design ready from the specialist post tensioning designer company, and after getting that design approved, we will reach to the execution stage. So today I will show you step by step execution of PT work. So there are many parts of this PT work are strains. Strains is very important, and that to be as per the project specification and approval. We have to select the manufacturer brand, and then in the execution there are ducts, chairs are very important. So while execution, first on the slab, first fixation of the bottom reinforcement, PT works starts. For that, first it's require marking on both the direction, X direction, Y direction. After marking, they are lying the ducts. These you can see in the video, the silver colors are the ducts, and that are different sizes. For because different size means the ducts which are having 4 strands, 3 strands, 5 strands or 2 strands. We can see here this is very thin one. It carries 3 strands, and these are this direction, these are bigger one in the size that has 5 ducts. I'll show you the strands also, 5 strands. From that it's passing 5 strands. So I'll show you the strands also. And these ducts has to be laid, you can see in the video, in the waves up and down, that are to be arranged exactly as per the design, because that are very important, and that has to be supported by the chairs. You can see the chairs. These are the special chairs for PT work, and that has to be clipped properly. If not clipped, it will be a big problem. There is a chance of rejection by the authority or your consultant or supervisor. So it has to remain while concreting strong and stable. Should not move, because these chairs are in the levels. These are giving proper levels up and down, waves type levels to the tendons. So these are the arrangement of ducts and chairs. So after arranging ducts and chairs, we need to provide or pull the cables, strain from the ducts. So the strains, there are 2 ways. One is it has a dead end, and one has a live end. So I will show you the live end and dead end duct, and it has only 3 cables, 3 strands passing through. So this is the dead end. Dead end has to be made like a flower design to stay stronger inside the concrete. This will be remain inside the concrete, embedded in the concrete. And I'll show you the live end, which will be exposed and not in the concrete, will be outside and to be pulled from that side. Yes, we can see here, these are the live ends that has to be fixed, that are coming from the ducts, passing through the anchors, and to be remain outside. After concrete, this area to be left unconcreted, and after stressing these strands to the required limit, and it has to apply required load also, and after that this extra strand will be cutted, and then this area to be refilled with the concrete. This we can see are the pan box. This require wherever the dead end, live ends are coming in the concrete. So we have to make like a box that area, because it will be difficult to pull the strand, to give proper clearance for the machine or stressing machine, pulling machine. we have to put the pan box, and from that the strands are coming out. And after stressing, this area also to be refilled with the same grade of concrete. As we can see here, this slab is ready for concreting. The reinforcement bottom layer, top layer, and in between the PT work has completed. I'll show you how the dead ends and live ends are fixed and where are the locations. Mostly the live ends are coming on the edge of the slabs in order to get the stressing done properly. But as per the design, many places it's required live ends in between also in the slab. So that, as I show you, that has to be provided with the pan boxes to fix the machine properly and do the stressing work. This I can show you here. We have one big beam around 3 meter width with PT strands. So these are the live end going outside the edge of the slab to enable the stressing work, and it is passing through the beam in the as per their levels, and it has to be arranged very nicely inside. As we can see, this slab is very huge. It is around the concrete volume will be 2000 cubic meter, and it's fully loaded with the PT work, with the PT beams. And I'll show you, see, you can see, as you can see here, these are the live ends, and I'll show you the dead ends also inside, how inside the slab. So how the, as I said, the flower, like to hold to get stuck inside the concrete, it has to be made like a flower design. I'll show you that one example. This we can see here is the dead end, which will remain embedded in the slab. And as I said, to be made with the flower type end to stay stronger inside the slab with the reinforcement, and with the stirrups type of ring and beam, small beam, to hold the strand while stressing. This is example of post strip. Post strip, since it is a upper floor slab, post strip is required only in the center, mostly in the center of the slab. But if it is the ground floor slab where the edge pulling is not possible, then it is the post strip provides in the edges also. But now since it is upper floor slab, we have post strip only in the center, and post strip is required for strand pulling, where the live ends needed in the center of the slab. You can see here, this is the live end. So after we will cast this part of the slab, this part of the slab, but we will leave this part of the slab with the construction joint. With the construction joint, we will leave this strip or strip, and that we will cast after stressing of the strands. So this was the short video to explain you how PT works to be executed at the site.